You like that? I've been learning rat language. It roughly translates to, "Hey guys, welcome back. I'm in an old rundown diner after hours." Now I know what you're thinking. Mr. Rate will fail. You're an American. Why aren't you with your family celebrating Thanksgiving? Well, you see, family can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And, to me, family isn't just the people who you're related to, it's the friends you make along the way. And in my case, that is the rats in this diner. Later tonight, one of them's gonna get up under my hat and cook a nice meal with me. And they wanted to start now. I wanted to start now. But I said to them, look, I got responsibilities, I got a lot of responsibilities that I gotta take care of, and one of those responsibilities is uncovering the secret behind Blue's Clues. But for now, the more important one is the fact that the raid will fail. Okay, so in this chapter, we got introduced formally to Vegapunk, the real Vegapunk. And we learned that the reason he's so smart and that his head got so big is because he ate the brain fruit. And his head got so big that he couldn't handle it on his neck anymore, and so he cut it. And this brings us to, I think, probably the biggest thing in this chapter, that if you really read the subtext is definitely there. This is one that I've been working on for a while, but I think I've finally figured it out. So we know that Vegapunk is storing the rest of his head somewhere, because he has this apple antenna on his head, but he's storing the rest of it somewhere else in Egghead Island. I think that it's on the giant ceiling where it says Punk Records. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But what I think is that his head got so big that it turned into Onigashima. So this brings us to the question I've been dancing around for a while. What is the true power of Onigashima? Why do so many people have one or want one? Kaido had one. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that Judge has one. Vegapunk has 3. He has the ancient one down underneath the giant robot that's 900 years old. That's the ancient Kaido one. He has the one that's his brain. Now that's the second one. And the one that he's going to turn Egghead Island into. Again, referring to my previous videos. Well, he lays it out in this chapter. He wants to connect everyone in the world to this one brain source. He wants to control a hive mind. That's the true power of Onigashima. Kaido wanted to rule the world by creating this hive mind. Judge wanted to rule the world by creating this hive mind. Everyone who has or wants an Onigashima wants to rule the world by connecting them to a single brain source. And Vegapunk didn't know this until his head became Onigashima, and he realized, oh my goodness, now I have 2 Onigashimas, and I can make a third. And he's a scientist. He's looking to the stars. He thinks to himself, well, I'm gonna create a hive mind for the people on Earth and on the moon and on the other moon and all across the universe. I'm never gonna stop making these Onigashimas. Okay, so then that's how we know that the raid isn't over yet. But how do we know that it's going to fail? Well, Oda draws particular attention to the laser sword that Vegapunk has. It's a failure because it attracts so many bugs. That's how that Kaido and Vegapunk are going to beat Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates, by attracting so many bugs that they aren't able to defeat all of them, and they just keep coming. So then the raid will fail, and then it will succeed when, and hear me out on this, Lucci falls in love with Robin. And I hear you asking, why would Lucci ever fall in love with Robin? Lucci hates Robin. Lucci tried to kill Robin. Well, think about this. Oda loves subverting expectations. I mean, everybody thought we were going to Elbaf after Wano, but no, we're here on Egghead Island, an island we haven't even heard of before. And Oda has said that every single character in One Piece, the Straw Hats at least, are in love with adventure and aren't very interested in romance, except Sanji. So what would be more of a subversion of expectations than to go against that entirely and have Lucci and Robin just fall in love? Now, just to be clear, this isn't my favorite ship. I'm not trying to push a ship. This is just facts. This is just what Oda's setting up, okay? I always thought that Lucci and Sanji would fall in love, and then Sanji would have to reckon with the fact that he's bisexual, that goes against everything he once thought, and then he becomes more progressive-minded, becomes a drag queen or something, I don't know. The point is, when Lucci and Robin fall in love, Lucci and Luffy are gonna have to make up because now one of their crew members is in love with one of their sworn enemies. And because they make up, then they'll team up to defeat Kaido and Vegapunk during the raid. Now, as much as I'd like to dig in to all of the enemies to lovers subtext present within this chapter, unfortunately, that's all the time I have. The rats are getting pretty impatient, and I think they might start eating me soon if I don't give them food. So, remember that going back in time to kill your grandparents is okay if it's consensual, and I will see you next time.